Good morning, everybody. I pray that everybody is having a great day. Whether it be that you watch this video now or when you watch it throughout the day, wherever the case may be. I just wanted to come on real quick and really just share a word of encouragement for those who are watching. Obviously, we are experiencing a lot of things in the world right now, but not so much to talk about that stuff, but also just to really just emphasize the importance of remaining encouraged and to understand that everything is a process and understand that you're growing, whether it may feel like you are or not, right? So you got to know one thing is when you continue to grow, as you continue to move, they are oftentimes we can find ourselves in a place of feeling low energy, feeling what's the word I want to use, like discouragement, right? Because we don't see the process or the progress that we've made. We just see the end goal, and it seems like it's so far away. But sometimes it's good to sit back and just reflect on that and really just understand that your life is a series of events. It's a series of processes. It's a continuous process, right? You're gonna always have to find yourself in a process. You're either going into a process, in the middle of a process, or coming out of a process. But the point is, excuse me, that you're always going to be in a process. So we can't avoid process, is what I'm saying. And but in that, it's important to understand that it's there to teach you something. It's there to help build you. It's there to reveal things to you, right? Everybody's process is different because we all had different callings and different mandates, but we ultimately are just people who serve God. And even I can speak to those who may not be believers or people who serve Jesus Christ, just speaking to the average person. It's important to have a healthy perspective on yourself, a healthy perspective on life, a healthy perspective on the things of life, right? Because life happens to the unsaved and the saved, the just and the unjust. So we can't escape process, right? And sometimes it can be scary because the new level requires a new version of you. There's growth, there's shedding, right? There's shedding that needs to happen. We have to shake off some things. We have to do away with certain things, certain mindsets, certain ways. We have to put on new things, right? So we can't just do away with stuff, but when we do away with stuff, we have to make sure we replenish it with something else. And I feel like that's where a lot of people get crossed and like mixed up is because they do away with certain stuff, but then they don't also prepare themselves. It's important to prepare yourself for that next place that you're trying to be at, whether it be a career change, whether it be a relationship change like marriage, or whether it be stepping out on a business or stepping out in a ministry, building something, whatever the case may be, whatever is on your heart or whatever you're trying to prepare for that, you have to make sure that your mind is one, prepared for that level. And then two, you have to make sure that you're making the practical and proper steps to get to that place, if that makes sense. Because you don't want to get there and crumble. Preparation is key. Preparation is key. But that's not really the main vocal point that I was trying to focus on. The point is what I'm telling you is we all have our own process, but don't be so hard on yourself or allow other people to get in your ear or to influence you or to make you feel less than because they don't understand your process. Jesus had his own process that he had to go through. He had to do vigorous trainings and fasting and really killing the flesh. Yes, he was 100% man and 100% God. But he also himself had to endure certain things. He had to allow himself to be go through rigorous process after process after process because there was an ultimate goal, and that was to free humanity for you and me. So your process is not just for you, but it's for everybody who is attached to you. Your name has multiple lives attached to it, and whether you realize it or not, You are an influencer. You are a leader. You are an example. And yeah, there are people who want you to fail, but there are also more people that are rooting for you than people who are rooting against you. And in your process, don't lose your individuality. You know, God made you unique. God gave you your own thumbprint. You know, there's almost 8 billion people in the world, including twins, and nobody in the world has your thumbprint. Why? Because you're special and you're unique, and God created you that way. He designed it to be that way, right? So don't allow the opinion of man, or even the opinion of yourself, to hinder or to get in the way of what God is trying to build, what God is trying to do in you, what He's trying to do through you, because there's a special purpose for you. Like, you're here for such a time as this. You got to think about it too. Excuse me. You could have been born at any part of history. You could have been born in the 30s, the 40s, the 60s. You could have been born in the prehistoric age. You could have been born way millennials from now, years from now. But God chose you to be born in this time for this purpose, for this